Hey everyone. So today I am out and about. I was gonna go to the library, but I thought instead of shutting myself off right away, I would go for a little walk up top here and do my best to enjoy the view of where I live rather than thinking of all the doom and gloom. And it's a nice sunny day, so how could I not? You know what I mean? Yeah. So today I wanted to talk about moving forward and specifically what that means, because it's something, I'll be honest, I don't think I'm very good at. I've been stuck in cycles for a long time, and I think I definitely learn a lot, but I've realized learning and growing aren't necessarily the same thing. Sometimes they can go hand in hand, but growing is applying what we learn. And I think one of the realities that I'm starting to face about myself is that maybe I'm not as good at applying what I learn as well as I need to. And a lot of it comes from being stuck in my head. So I'm just working on not doing that. But again, I've realized it's really hard. It's difficult to grow and do things all by yourself, which is kind of how I've accustomed to doing things. I don't even think I try to do it. I think I just naturally, subconsciously gravitate towards doing that, and it just ends up happening. And I don't hate myself for it, but there's definitely times when I want to let others in or whatever. Anyway, so I met up with this guy. He's been helping me out. He helped me get some food, and it's been nice, and I'm gonna help him kind of create a vision for his business, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna sit down and talk about some things, and I'm just gonna help him out, and that'll be cool. Kind of earn my keep that way. But I recently reached out to the girl that snatched the heart, and she's moved on. She's got another guy now. They always do. They move on so fast. And it was very interesting talking with her, because she was trying to return my stuff, and it felt like I was kind of like, I don't know, it felt like it was, I don't know, it felt like I was, it felt like the reality of our severance was becoming solid. And there's something really important she said she'd hold on to for me, which was cool. A part of me is wondering, like, why I trusted her with it, because I was surprised she had that book, and I was like, man, like, maybe I should just have her do it. It's an excuse to talk, I guess, when we meet up. Part of me is worrying if that's one of the reasons I asked her to do it. And I don't know, I have a lot of mixed feelings. It's interesting because I realize, like, part of me is just wondering, like, what is it I'm really missing, right? Like, did I fall in love with her? Was it the idea of her? And I think it's just not this easy thing to let go of. I think it's definitely more of a her thing. I think the idea of me, I don't necessarily fall into limerence very easily. I think I'm very, very quick to sort of discern people and see them for who they are. And just, from when I think of, like, the whole situation with her, and then how I attach and move with other people, it feels less like limerence and more just this idea. I think the thing I'm struggling with is this idea of moving forward, and also reconciling the fact that I don't hate her. I don't think she necessarily hates me, but that we're not talking. And I think that's sort of just this weird place I've not quite come to. Even though there was definitely some bad blood when we last spoke. And so And this whole business thing, wrapping my head around it, has been so difficult, just getting my head around it. And I don't know if anybody else feels that way, like where you have to move forward and it just feels like everything inside of you is not cooperating and is fighting that moving forward inside of you, except for the most fundamental, like that core, like my heart is like, okay, gung ho, let's move forward. But then my mind, my body, like, and there will be times when I'll look at it and I'll still feel like the pain and the attachment, like I can literally feel my attachment to her. And it bothers me, and there's a part of me that just kind of wants to cut it out and let it go. But then I realized by trying to cut it and like make it worse, it just intensifies it, you know. And I realize everybody copes with relationships differently. Like some people naturally, when they grieve or they're working through something, they naturally build relationships to cope with that. But I realize, like, when I'm in pain, I don't naturally create relationships. I think, especially when I like go as far to really love. I think I really love everybody. I think it's when I get to this place, maybe to accept that they might love me. I think that's kind of where I'm feeling a lot of this attachment, where I'm getting a lot of this pain from, because I don't feel like there's a lot of people in my life who love me. Actually, I don't think there's any at this time, and that's not true. That's not true. I would say my old roommate, I know he loves me. I would say I know he loves me. Like a few friends, like a friend or two. Pretty sure they love me. But yeah, that's not a common feeling I have. I definitely know that there's a lot of people like who might like me, who might enjoy me from time to time. But when it comes to like true love and care, I think there's only one person I can say outside of myself that I can say definitively. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that person loves me. Like I can say that. And I think that kind of, I don't know, that kind of makes me sad a little bit. And I think maybe that is something that compels me to want to move forward. Because I mean, it's not a fun feeling like no one loves you. But I realize that is totally how I feel. And it's what I've seen in my life. And a part of me is like, well, did I create that? You know, if everything in the world, in this universe, is me looking back at itself, I often ask myself, with all the study and everything I've learned, like with all my intelligence, what good has it given me? You know, how, with being curious and learning everything that I've learned, I stand, you know, at this sort of zenith of my life, this sort of rock bottom, and I feel completely useless. You know, I have all this knowledge and all this understanding and all this wisdom or what have you, but I can't apply any of it. I don't know anything. I don't have anything. And so there's a lot of this self-doubt that's kind of creeping forward. But I went and I spoke to the school. The lady there was super cool about it, super understanding. She said she's going to get in touch with me tomorrow. And I mean, if they kicked my ass out, I would totally understand, because I mean, I get it, you know? I get why they would want to do that. It just makes sense. But yeah, I've got to figure out how to start making some money, and then got to start paying them back. And I got to get some runway so I can build something. And I just feel like I can't go back. I feel like if I go back, I'm just going back to all that nonsense and the old guy, that old habit. And like, there's just this part of me that like really wants to solve this conundrum of these last 8 years. I've just felt like such a loser for so long, and I'm tired of feeling like a loser. Tired of feeling like I'm struggling and not making any progress. So I guess there's a part of me that's like punishing myself, that won't let me go back to anything that's familiar, you know. And I felt it, man. I fell off the wagon hard. Like I went to class today and I could barely concentrate, you know. And I was with a friend. I was speaking English, and I was just like, that whole progressive, happy, like ready to go at it side of me, he just fell off the map, and I'm just seeking comfort in everything. And I almost feel like this other part of me is like forcing myself out of that comfort because I want to see myself do better. And I know I can't necessarily do it by force all the time, but I recognize hard work, discipline, and actually creating results through action is the only way forward, you know? And so it's taking those actions, and it's recognizing that maybe one of the reasons there's no one really in my life right now is because those actions, they say the actions that matter most are the ones you go witnessed only by you and God. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, that's totally it, man. I'm just going my actions 2 by 2, you know, just me and God. We're working it and nobody else is really saying it. I'm creating these videos hoping somebody will see, but it's funny. There's this other girl, I follow her. She had like 41 subscribers like last week, and now she's got almost 100, and I'm just seeing her subscriber count climb. And like she just sits and does like random videos like I'm doing, like nothing special, and she's just like getting it. And it's like I'm too tired to even be envious. I'm more just like, maybe it is envy, but it's less that I envy her and more just I'm like, man, like it's just like I just feel like I suck. I just feel like I suck. And I don't feel like the universe hates me or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know. I've just been feeling super inadequate in every regard. So I gotta move forward. Anyway, I've been talking too long or whatever, but that was just another ramble. I'm sure this will be relevant for posterity in the future. But yeah, just dealing with feelings of inadequacy and moving forward in spite of it. So, gonna get done talking, gonna go to the library, and then just keep working on the book. I can't even like get an idea of what I need to work on, so I'm just gonna work on the book because my mind is like just in a social media haze, and all I want to do is like sleep. But I can't keep doing that. Can't keep wasting my time. So just going to let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom and let it be. All right. Peace.